Welcome back to AM Northwest. It's one of the most popular resolutions people make, and often one of the first to fizzle out. Here to share some of the mistakes you might be making when it comes to sticking to healthy eating habits, we welcome back nutrition coach Nicole Darabi. Good to have you back again.
Thank you.
It is kind of one of the ones that we most often make, and it's often the first to go.
It is, always. And
Yeah.
I hear that today is the day that usually people are giving up.
Well, I mean, you know, the Ducks are playing today.
Right.
And they're going to be some
It's off the
treats.
table.
Yeah, it's off the table.
Yeah.
So why does this happen so fast, do you think?
Okay, I think that most people are really sick of themselves by the end of December, and
Sure.
then they feel like they have this big wave of motivation come January.
It's exciting to see a new year.
It is, and they put this timestamp on it, and so they have all this motivation, and they change everything at once. I'm going to change my food, my workouts, my sleep. I'm going to give up alcohol.
Right.
What happens when the motivation starts fading?
Right.
We can't rely on it, right? So they feel like they're failing, but what really happens is they didn't have a plan, or if they had a plan, it wasn't really realistic for their own lives.
It was too grandiose. Too much.
Too
Okay.
much. Yeah.
So then what are people getting wrong then about trying to do healthy eating in January?
The perfectionist mindset. It's
Okay.
usually black or white. Like they have this idea that healthy eating has to be perfect and rigid all the time, and there's no room for flexibility. And that type of mindset fails very quickly. So when we think about healthy eating habits, I like to zoom out and look at the eating habits over time. What are those
Okay.
patterns? So you have to ask yourself, what are you doing most of the time? What healthy eating habits are you
Okay, give me an
maybe
example,
not
because I know
doing
you
most of the
coach
time?
people. So
Yeah.
what's an example of what people start out with, just
Mm-hmm.
like we were just saying, and then you realize, come on, Susie, this is really what you're eating.
Yeah. So, well, a
And
lot of
maybe
people.
you say it a lot nicer than I just
I'm
did.
probably a lot nicer.
Yeah.
Well, maybe, I don't know. So a lot of people will say, oh, I can't have that. So they start taking out all of these things.
Okay.
And what is that
Way
going to
too
do?
many things.
You're going to think about the thing that you really want.
Right.
So if you take it in really small increments, you're
Yeah.
going to be much better off. So focusing on one tiny little thing, like adding more fiber. Maybe how about I just add more produce to my diet instead of
Oh, there you go.
like cleaning out your whole pantry, and then you're like, oh my gosh, well now I want
Now
the
it's
one
too
thing that I
much.
can't have.
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely. So
Yeah.
focus on one thing at a time.
One thing at a
Yeah,
time. We call
drink
it
more water.
micro habits or
Okay.
habit stacking, right? So pick one thing, and it can be whatever you want it to be that you are comfortable with. You do that one thing really well before you add something else on.
Okay. I think often most of us, especially women, we know a lot about what we should do.
Yes.
We already do that. Yeah, we know what to do, but we just can't stick with it.
Well, we're human.
Yeah.
And
Well, there's
we
that.
live in the day of so much information being thrown at us all the time, and a lot of it is incorrect information. So
Right.
information is not the problem, but we are humans and we have human behavior. So we need accountability. We need structure to our day, right?
Yeah.
And so a lot of people are also in society, we're a little more isolated now that we're online so much.
True.
So there's not that sense of community anymore, and a lot of people are really trying to just they're wading through all this information by themselves. When if they had a sense of community or somebody helping them,
Yeah.
they'd probably hit their goals. I mean, I think the statistic is when you are a part of a community, you're like 30% more likely to stick with those healthy eating habits.
Right. So then how do you build community? How do you build accountability?
Well, you have to find people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I do, right?
Yeah.
As a coach, is I have a private community where I create the structure and come up with the plans. Because if you think about food, we all have to eat. It's a lot to manage and plan for
Right.
throughout the day.
Right.
So somebody like me, I can come in and create the plan and lay the foundation, and all you have to do is just come with an open mind and a willingness to learn.
Yeah.
Right? So the idea is that I'm saving time, right? Because we're all time starved.
Right.
So by taking the decision fatigue away from you, I'm helping you attain your goals.
Yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Also, too, aren't you dealing with, like, you've got a group of people and one person's issue may be chocolate.
Right.
Another person's issue may be carbs. You know, it could be
Yes, I mean,
fat, high fat.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's dealing with something else, but really when it comes down to it, most humans are terrible. Might seem mean, but they're really terrible about being realistic about what they're actually doing. I think
That's
you
true.
said it before, right? Like, oh, I think I'm eating pretty well.
yeah.
But when we really map it out,
Yeah.
they're not. So it's somebody like me, I can zoom out and I can look at the big picture and help them just really narrow in on what is something simple that you can just change right now.
Right.
You don't have to give up the chocolate.
Yeah.
But how can we add something else
Good
in?
point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you have a cool Instagram page, so we're gonna, if anyone wants to find out more about you, we'll link to your Instagram
Awesome.
page, Nicole. Thank you
Great.
so
Thank
much.
you so much.
All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.